May 29th, 2023, it's Memorial Day, and we are at Crowder's Mountain State Park, the other side of Crowder's Mountain State Park from the last video. This is the Boulder Access Area. So this is the Pinnacle Trail that goes from, this is the Ridgeline Trail that goes from Crowder's Mountain Pinnacle to Kings Mountain State Park. We're just over the border in North Carolina. I mean, a quarter mile inside of North Carolina, right? Mm-hmm. And this trail runs from Kings Mountain in South Carolina to Crowder's Mountain in North Carolina. And this is the Ridgeline Trail that we're going to do. And I'm hiking new shoes. You're hiking new shoes. No,
I wore mine because I figured it was going to be muddy.
So you have your Keens.
Put my Keens on.
So there's some picnic areas. Right here's the trail starts.
Picnic tables over there and
picnic
over there.
Picnic tables.
Good, you're going to cook your lunch later.
Yeah, I'm going to cook lunch when we get back. I don't know what we have, like a pad thai or something. Yeah. So I'm hiking new shoes. Last video, if you saw it, we were doing Crowder's Pinnacle and those ultras that I had absolutely wrecked my feet. They're too soft on the bottom. So
first time we've ever taken anything back to REI.
Yeah, that was the first time I ever returned anything to REI. I got a pair of oboes. I found a pair. I had to actually go up a size and a half to get a pair of oboes that fit. But I have a pair of oboes. So I have a new pack. I bought a Hyperlite Mountain Gear Unbound 55. So it's the new model from Hyperlite Mountain Gear.
And dear, turn around for a second. I want everyone to know that I am carrying my bear spray today.
Yes, you are.
There, are you happy?
I am happy. I'm ecstatic.
If anyone's watched a previous video, they understand that.
Well, you are carrying your bear spray today. Oh, look at that rock. And look at some idiot painted on it.
Yep.
You know, people. It rained most of the weekend up here, so this is all wet and slippery. So take your time.
Yep.
So anyway, yeah, I ended up taking those ultras back. They were too soft on the bottom, and they just, walking on all those rocks and roots and things, it just destroyed my feet. So I took those back and I got a set of oboe hiker boots. Well, low top. Hiker shoes, I guess. Hiking shoes. Because you can't find Keens. You can't find Keens in the REIs, and like Mass General doesn't have Keens.
You can order them online.
No, yeah.
Look at that rock.
I see it. It's a big rock.
It's just sitting there.
Yeah.
It's coming down the hill at one point.
I guess that's why this is called the Boulder Access.
We're waiting all weekend to get out here.
I know, it's been raining all weekend.
Like serious rain, like you didn't want to be out in it before.
In fact, I feel like we're half an hour behind the rain here. I mean, it was misting on the way in. The rain's, there's a low pressure system that moved in off the coast and swept through over the weekend, and
very unusual in the middle of the weekend when it's cool.
yeah, it's up in the low pressure's moved up in the upper section of North Carolina, and we're right at the border of North and South Carolina, so we're right at the tag end, the back end of that system. So I mean, it probably rained here 2 hours ago, and we're out in it already. but it's nice and cool at least. Okay, so this is the access trail. You see it's got red blazes on it. That's the access trail from the Boulder parking area to the Ridgeline, which is where we're going to end up here in just a minute. Well, we hiked this trail like 3 years ago, and yeah, we went from here to Kings Mountain, back into South Carolina, into Kings Mountain. We're going to go this way further into North Carolina towards Crowder's Mountain. I know, yeah, this is another shakedown. I got new equipment. You have an extra piece of equipment in your pack today.
Yeah, I have
your sleeping pad. Okay, so South Carolina is that way. Boulders Overlook is that way, which is where we're headed, towards Boulders Overlook. And as you can see, this is the Ridgeline Trail. It is listed as moderate, and it is red blazed. So off we go. The crows are having a fit. So the trail, the complete trail distance, the Ridgeline Trail, if you go from inside of Kings Mountain State Park, I believe it starts at the pond down there in the state park, and it goes to the Pinnacle Trail in Crowder's Mountain. It's like 15.8 miles, and then there's various access points that cut it down to, I think 11. There's an 11-mile loop you can do. There's a 6-mile thing, but this is the Boulder access that we started out. It's like 11.8 miles. Yeah, to the parking lot at Crowder's. So far, this pack is pretty comfy. I'm running right about 19 pounds in it with water right now.
Who are you?
Yeah. I have 2 liters of water on me. Got a meal, which is, that's not very heavy. I got some snacks. So far, it's not bothering me at all. It's pretty comfy so far. It is muggy and humid up here, boy.
Yeah.
It's not very warm. That rain cooled it down. But it is humid as Hades. I don't know, is Hades humid? Or is it just hot?
I don't know, never been there.
Yeah, me neither. I was right next door a few times. There's a squirrel across the trail right here. Went that way.
Huh.
Oh, there's 2 of them. See them right there?
Yeah. Oh, he's not pregnant.
No. Look at him, little guy. There's another one. He went up that tree.
I see him.
Little guys. All right. It wants you to push this button. I think it probably just activates those lights. Maybe there's a set of lights.
There is. It's yellow flash.
Flashers around the corner there. So I'm going to push it anyway. Just because Pavlov, oh look it, they're lit. And we're going across. Look left, then right, then left again. All right. Let's see what it says here. Fires are permitted in designated areas. The destruction, damage, or removal of any plant, rock, or mineral is prohibited. So you can't take rocks.
It is unlawful to possess firearms or lethal weapons, so you have to go back to the car.
Yeah, because I'm a lethal weapon. I think it's unlawful unless you have a permit. Pets must be on a leash no longer than 6 feet. So I gotta tether you up here I do.
Okay.
I have to tether you. This is the 5 mile point on the Ridgeline Trail. And it has a GPS and an elevation. So I'm going to check it against my GPS. 35, 10, 395, 81, 21, 738 is what mine says. So yeah.
Pretty dang close.
Mine says the elevation is 1,014. So.
That's because you got it up on your body.
Well, that's true. I'm not quite that tall, but I think mine's probably a pressure elevation. No, mine's a GPS elevation. Maybe that was taken with pressure elevation. I don't know. All right, so far, no complaints out of the pack. I like having the water right there on my shoulder. My feet are fine. No complaints out of the shoes. All right, so we're gonna go off this little side track here up to Boulders Overlook. Take a look at what's going on at the boulder. Oh man, I bet when the foliage is down, this is nice. You can see Kings Mountain. Yeah, that's Kings Mountain off in the distance there. I know the camera's not seeing it because of all the foliage, but this big boulder outcropping. And Kings Mountain is back behind it about 6 miles that way. Big old boulders. Wow, the pack is comfy. I was kind of concerned about the pack laying against my back because my other pack had a mesh standoff, but you know what, honestly, I can't tell the difference because my back sweats anyway. And this thing laying right up against my back has it has that aluminum spine in it, and then that padding. It's pretty comfy. So far, so good. So you know, interestingly enough, that a water filter on one pass doesn't completely remove all of the pathogens.
Yeah, but it removes enough of them.
Yeah, so you have to consume a certain amount of them to become infected. So you play a lottery game where the odds are pretty much in your favor on one pass water filtration, but if you were to do 2 pass, it's exponential. So if you were to filter it once and then filter it a second time.
There are people who do that. I've been reading about it.
Yep.
They have a dual filter system.
Yeah, certain water filters also do not filter viruses and pesticides. We made the climb back to Boulders Overlook. So now we're going to go back downhill here to the road, and then climb out to the parking area, and we'll have a lunch. We have a pad thai. Is that what we have?
Yes.
We'll have a lunch. We haven't tried. This is Alpine Fare that we have. We haven't tried that. We've had, of course, Mountain House. We tried the Backpacker's Pantry. There was that other one that we tried that was awful.
Yeah, I forget what it was called.
Yeah, it was bad. But we're gonna try an Alpine Fare pad thai. Hey, here we come back down to the road. We're gonna cross the road again on our way back to the parking area.
and designated
Push the button,
area.
Pavlov. Look right, then left, then right again,
And then move.
and then go. And we made it across successfully. Nobody died. Nobody died, which is it's a plus. I'm sorry, I got on my horse.
Yeah.
I got on my horse a little bit.
Heading to the barn.
Yeah, you know how I am when I get towards the barn.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Start trotting.
Yeah. I learned that from my old horse. He would hang his head and plod real slow when you were going away, but it didn't matter where we were. We could ride 20 miles from home, and as soon as I turned back towards the house, he would do this, right?
Yes, the other one kind of did that.
All the way back. Still doing good. Shoes feel okay, feet are fine. Pack feels good. Here goes another squirrel across the trail. He just kind of slinked across. Slow. I don't know if the camera can see him. He's right over behind that pine. There he is. There he goes. Little guy, he slinked across the trail right here. Looks like we're coming up on the turn off to the trailhead. Yep, there's the sign. You can go into South Carolina and Kings Mountain straight ahead. And then we go back to Boulders Overlook, which is where we came from. And this is the access trail. The trailhead parking area is up this way. So that's it from Crowder's Mountain State Park, the Ridgeline Trail. So yeah, maybe next time we'll go into South Carolina, back towards Kings Mountain State Park. It's that way. It's pretty interesting because there's when you get to the South Carolina North Carolina border, there is a memorial and some markings because I guess when they originally surveyed, they surveyed the states wrong, and they had to resurvey them and redraw the line between the two states. So it's pretty interesting, but we'll do that on the next one. So until then, we'll catch you on the next one.